Hi viewers, welcome to Elegant Fashion Tutorial. My name is Charles Peace. In today's video we'll be making a lovely skirt, and it will be a circle skirt, and it will have 3 layers. That is, you can call it 3 steps. Now the length of the skirt we'll be making use of will be 30 inches. Length of skirt 30 inches. Now we'll be dividing 30 into 3. Divided by 3 will give us 10 inches. So each of them will be 10 inches. But guess what? We're not going to be cutting it exactly 10 inches. So I'll be adding 5 inches because of what? Remember, when we are sewing it, you're not going to sew directly from the under. It will have a shift inside for the one upper to lean on. So now I'll be adding 5 inch plus 5 inches to give us 15 inches. So now the length is 30 inches divided into 3, then plus 5 inches, making it 15 inches. Now it will be having a small band, which I will cut 2 inches of it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon to be notified anytime I publish another video. Now let's go into the business of the day. Now this is the material we'll be using for it. I've already cut it. You can call it an umbrella shape or circle shape. You can see it. If you have not watched our video on how to cut an umbrella shape or circle skirt, you can check it out on our previous video. Now this is the simplest way to cut this skirt. You want a double step skirt or triple step. This is the easiest way to cut it. Now I've already cut the shape. The length I have here is 45 inches. Remember, when you add 15 times 3 will give us 45 inches. That is, we'll be dividing this into 3 equal parts, because we have already added enough allowance. I added 5 inches extra. So by the time we sew and the joining down, everything will rhyme to the length I want. Remember, the full length of the skirt is 30 inches, which we divided into 3 equal parts, which gave us 10 inches. Then I added extra 5 inches because of what? Remember, when you are sewing it, you don't sew exactly at the edge of each one. You go inside for the other one to come up. So now I'll be dividing this into 3 equal parts. We have already 45 inches. So I will divide it into 3. The first one, each of them will be 15 inches. So now let's measure it. Now I have to measure 15 inches each. From the upper side, I take it round and join it to the then I join it together. Now, because I want it to be equal parts, before I cut it, I have to pin the underside so that I'll make sure that I did not make mistake, that everything will be together. Make sure everything is together before cutting to avoid mistake. Okay, now I'm done with this. I have to cut the first one. Now, why I'm doing it this way, because remember the upper side is cut according to the measurement of the waist. Now my waist divided by 6.28, which is the full circle. If you want an umbrella shape like this, you either use full circle or you do half circle. Half, you, instead of taking it divided by 6.28, you can make it divided by 3.14. Now the upper side is divided according to my waistline. Now this place, because I want it to be planted, for it to be full, so the downside is not measured. I want to take it exactly this shape so that I will get what I want. Now I will cut it. Okay, you can see we have gotten the first side. So this is what we have here. You can see it. I've cut the first one. Now I'll be cutting the second one. Now I'll still measure 15 inches. Okay, the same way we have to pin it to make sure we got exactly what we want. If you did not pin it, it can shift. Make sure that both of them are together. Okay, now the next thing is to cut the second side. Okay guys, we are done with the second one, and this side is the third one. So now you can see this is the second skirt, while this is the third one and the last one. Now when sewing it, you know that it's being cut in 3 layers. You know, we'll measure out. Now when we want to sew it, remember the main measurement is 10, so we have to take it down. When you are sewing it, make sure the one under is exactly on 10 inches. Look at how I place it. Now why this one is on top, and as well this one will be on top of the other. This is how the steps will look like. The first step in sewing this, I cut a lining here, and the length of the lining is 41 inches, while the width is 18 inches. Now remember, it has 3 steps. So the first thing I will do, I'll pick the upper side, which is the one directly to the waistline. That's the one I'll be joining with the lining direct. Now, this is the front and this is the back. Now this is what I'll do. I have to pleat this on. Remember, we are using a band, so I'll be pleating this. But before I do that, remember, look at what we are having here. You see the length is longer than the upper side. Now the next thing is to, now the downside will be joined directly to this, while the other side I have to divide this by 2. Now look at what I will do here. Remember, 18 divided by 2 will give us 9 inches. So I have to divide the lining into 2. I'm not going to cut it all, just to make sure that when I'm sewing the second one, is directly on the line where it's supposed to be. So that when sewing, I'll be following the line to make sure that it rhymes. Then I will join the lines together. Why I'm doing this is to make sure, because if you miss anything, it will affect, remember, the length of each of them. Remember, the normal length is 10 inches, and I added 15 inches to it, so that each one will be inside. It's only the first one that will be up, so other ones will be under. The first one will rest on the second one, while the second one will rest on the third one. So that's why I'm rolling this line, to make it easier. Okay, we have done that. Remember, this side is for number 1, this here is number 2, and here is number 3. You can see it. Now the first thing I will do here now is, when you are sewing, you check the front. I have to place it directly on the front. Then I will pleat it. Now, because it is, this side is exactly the waistline, so I'm not going to pleat much on it. It's just one You can plant it 1 or 2 because I know it has a lot of allowance. So you can decide at which point you want to plant. For this, I will be planting it only 2 places. I already put a notch here, so I want the plane to be at these 2 center side. I plant it here and as well plant it here. Remember, the planting is not facing each other. It's facing on the other direction. Like this one is facing this side, while this is facing this side. So this is what I have here. Okay, this is the first part. The next thing I will do now is to sew it round. Okay, I've already joined this one. You can see I've joined it together with the. So the next thing, remember this is the line where I'll be placing the second one. So the second one now I'll have to open it like this and then sew this one round. Sew it to this edge. Then the third one, then I will fix it direct on this. So by the end of everything, we'll be putting a band on this side. There will be a band that will hold it. Okay, now this is the second one. I've already planted it. You can see it. Now I want to place it on the line, on this line straight before I sew it. Then I'll be using pin to hold all of them. As you can see, I told us that it will be 5 inches. I added 5 inches because look at what I mean. When you cover it, it has a lot of allowance. So as flay, this side will be inside and while the upper side will be on top of it. You can see how it will look like. So that's what we are doing. I'm following the line. Now this side, at the edge like this, I will not put it straight. I will come up a bit. You know it's a circled skirt. So I will come up a bit here and pin the last one. Now this is the same length with this. So now I'll follow this. I'll follow from the first one to cut it, to trim it off. Because I want all of them to be on the same line. Now we are done. The next thing is to sew it. This is what we have here. Then I will sew it round. Now the next thing is to fix the last step. Remember, we've gotten number 1, this is number 2, and this is the last one. Now, to sew this, remember I've already planted it. So the next thing, because it's the last one, I'll be I will place the right side to face the lining, while I'll be sewing on top of the back. Because this one, remember the second one, we sew it straight from the front. I sewed it straight. The second one, the same. The first one, the same thing. I sew it straight. Now, because this is the last one, I have to place it, because I want it to be like this. You can see this is how I want it to be. So now I'll be turning it over. Then I will pin it as well. Okay, I've pinned it round. Now I will sew it round. You see? Now let's go and sew it. We have joined the 3 steps together. You can see how it is. How lovely. So now the next thing I will do now is to put the band. Before I will now join it together. Put the band. After the band, the next thing is to put the zip. We are done with it. So let's go and put this band. Now the next thing here is the band. We've already made the skirt. It's remaining to fix the band and zip. Now I want the size of my band to be 2 inches. So now I'll be adding 1 inch to it, making it, I'll add it 1 inch so that it will be 3 inches. By the time I fold in this one, I will get 2 inches that I want. Now my band size, I want it to be 32 inches. That's the circumference of the waistline. I want it very tight, so it will be 32 inches. Then I'll be adding 2 inches for the zip allowance. So now it will be 32 plus 2 will give us 34 inches. So I'll measure 34 inches. Remember, the material is on fold. That is, we measure 3 inches, that is times 2 of it will be 6 inches by 34. The length is 34, while the width is 6 inches. Then I'll cut it. Now this is it. The next thing I will do now is to turn this side and this side. I will turn the two sides. So I've already turned the two edges of the band. So now I'll be sewing it round. I'll first of all sew the back. You first put it like this and sew it. So take it and sew it straight like this. Run stitch. Okay, let's pin it so that you understand what I'm saying. Okay, now I'll go to my sewing machine and sew it straight. So I've done this side. You can see how I sew it. Now the next thing is the front. I will use this side and cover it up. So I'll fold it in. I will fold it in and sew it. So then I'll still pin it. So I've fixed it. The next thing is to sew it round straight. This is the back, while this is the front. So you can see it. See how it is. This is the front, while this is the back. You can see the back. See how the back is. Guys, we are almost done. So the next thing is to put the zip. Okay guys, we are done. Okay, this is the band. Yeah. This is the first layer. This is the second. Why this is the last. You can see how it is. Very beautiful and elegant. Did you see? This is the back. If you like this video, write "this is good." Don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell icon to be notified anytime I publish another video. Join me on my Facebook group at Elegant Styles and Tutorial for different styles of your choice, both English and African designs. Your children's styles is there too. Till I see you on my next video. Keep watching Elegant Fashion Tutorial. Bye.